We are not even a week out from the deadly flooding in Texas that killed at least 20 people, with 173 still missing. And as first responders shift their efforts from rescue to recovery, which could be months, the country is now dealing with another problem: conspiracy theories. As Wired magazine reports, within hours of the tragedy happening, conspiracy theorists, right-wing influencers, and lawmakers were pushing wild claims on social media that the floods were somehow geoengineered. In Oklahoma, far-right extremists took credit for damaging a local news station's weather radar, falsely claiming that the technology used to track weather events was actually some kind of weather weapon, was their claim. Conspiracy theorists have also pointed the finger at an emerging new technology called cloud seeding, where scientists basically try to draw small amounts of rain out of clouds to help deal with droughts. There is zero evidence that cloud seeding had anything to do with the Texas floods. And scientists emphasize that this relatively young technology simply cannot produce the kind of rainfall that caused Texas flooding. But nevertheless, one cloud seeding company says it has already received more than 100 explicit death threats since the deadly flooding in Texas. And now MAGA politicians are amplifying those conspiracies. Georgia Congresswoman and noted weather conspiracy theorist, you know the one, Marjorie Taylor Greene, has fanned the flames by introducing a bill to ban geoengineering. And Tennessee Republican Congressman Tim Burchett has thrown his support behind the effort. But it's not just far-right members of Congress. Today, Trump's EPA administrator, Lee Zeldin, posted this nod to conspiracy theorists online.
Concerned Americans have urgent and important questions about geoengineering. For years, people who ask questions in good faith were dismissed, even vilified by the media and their own government. Instead of simply dismissing these questions and concerns as baseless conspiracies, we're meeting them head on. Prior to now, EPA has never been this proactive to raise awareness about concerns with geoengineering and to stop this activity from being scaled up.
Now, what EPA Administrator Zeldin was supposed to be announcing in that video was an EPA fact sheet debunking conspiracies about geoengineering. But instead, he spent the entire video legitimizing the concerns of conspiracy theorists who are vandalizing weather towers and sending death threats. In fact, the video was so misleading, he even managed to fool federal Trump cabinet member and conspiracy theorist RFK Jr., who replied to the video on X saying this: "I'm so proud of my friend Lee Zeldin and President Donald Trump for their commitment to finally shatter the deep state omerta regarding the diabolical mass poisoning of our people." Nothing like a few conspiracy theorists in a presidential cabinet just out there amplifying each other's crazy theories every day. That's where we are. And that kind of deeply irresponsible messaging is just the tip of the iceberg here. Because at almost every level, the Trump administration's response to this tragedy has been its own man-made disaster. I mean, consider Trump's acting FEMA administrator, David Richardson, who hasn't been seen in public since this flooding took place. In fact, he hasn't been seen for months. As E&E News reports today, since his appointment by Trump on May 8th, Richardson has shunned all publicity, making no public appearances or statements. His FEMA biography page has no photograph. Richardson personally backed out of a telephone meeting he was scheduled to attend in late June with leaders of the nation's major emergency management associations. Seems like one he should have attended. "We haven't seen anything out of him," said one leader of Richardson. Then there's the Trump cabinet secretary who oversees FEMA, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. As I mentioned before, CNN reports that Noem significantly delayed FEMA's response. At the same time, Talking Points memo reports that Noem canceled a $3 million grant for improving communications between national and local authorities during natural disasters. And all of this is to say nothing of Trump's plans to get rid of FEMA entirely, leaving the country with no federal response to natural disasters. This is not how a functioning government responds to crises or prepares to respond to crises. That's for sure.